Angry guy here, and women are going insane on social media because men are not dating them. Women are going insane on social media because men are not dating them. I mean, I don't feel bad for these people. We have this incredible video today. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it.
Okay, this is a serious question for the guys. I have this conversation with my female friends, I think, like, I'm not even kidding, once a week. So I'm just curious what the real reasoning is behind it. But most of my girlfriends say that whenever they're out, they never get approached by guys ever. And maybe like one girl in the friend group who does get approached, it's not like she's a total standout from the group. But for some reason, like a specific girl might just like get hit on a lot. I don't know. But not even in a biased way. I think that some of my friends are very, very beautiful. Like, actually, I'm not just saying that to be nice. So it makes me really curious as to why guys don't go up to them. Is it like, one, even if you see an attractive girl, like you're just hanging out with your friends, you don't really care? Two, you're just simply not attracted to her? Three, maybe you like think she's just like in a relationship, or like she's just super standoffish and like bitchy looking, or like in general you just like don't want to deal with any type of rejection. Like, is it the guy's point of view, or is it just like the girls are putting out this weird vibe, or like just guys don't find them attractive? I don't know.
Guys are not mature. Holy cow. Men have been warned for years to leave women alone. Do not approach women that you do not know. These same women, this woman, for example, does not want the typical man to approach her. The typical man is a creep. If he approaches her, she will literally go bonkers on him. What's happening now is that they're furious that the men that they want to approach them are no longer approaching them. And just to be clear, you can approach a woman and she'll give you signs that she wants you to approach her. You approach her. If she suddenly decides that she doesn't like you anymore, then suddenly she can retroactively withdraw the consent that she gave you to approach her, and say that she never gave that approach, she never gave that consent to you. And even if she was smiling at you, that doesn't mean she wanted you to approach her. Men need to understand that just because a woman is smiling at you or being polite to you does not mean that she wants to be in a relationship with you. This is the same woman that will say these things. And then, of course, she's completely oblivious to things like hashtag M2, like me too, me too, me too. Completely oblivious, guys. They take none of this into consideration. They don't view us as human beings. I told you countless times. They don't like us. They operate completely on emotion, and it's like they're ignoring everything. They're asking these questions as if this information isn't on the internet. They're asking these questions as if the manosphere isn't here. And then here's the crazy thing. These are the same women that want to silence men in the manosphere. They want the manosphere gone. They don't want men discussing these issues. They can come to my channel and watch my video and listen to all the different things that I am saying and giving the explanations why men are no longer approaching. And they will literally fight tooth and nail to have this information completely shut down, and then make a video online saying they don't understand why men are no longer approaching them. And then, of course, they're like, oh, all my friends we're all tens. We're all tens. Oh, I'm not saying that just to say it. It's true. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, you created this reality for yourselves. You did this for yourselves, and now you're crying about it? You know? Like, men are tired. This is why men are walking away from Western society entirely. Like, dude, I have so many dudes who are literally just constantly telling me about the lives that they are living. And these guys have bread. They have quite a bit of bread. They have all of this money in the bank, and they're living carefree, peaceful lives. They have retired from women. They have retired from dating. They have retired from relationships. There's a guy named Vincent Migtao. This guy, he passed away, unfortunately. He had cancer, and, he did not last. But he talked about this for years. And, I felt, when I first returned about a year ago, I felt sad about it. And I was like, Vincent, he lived this life where he never got married. He didn't have children. He passed away by himself. all his bitcoins. Some other man evidently took them, and I was like, you know, come on. And now I look back at it, and I was like, you know what, Vention was right. Vention was right. It's like, because it's like, what do you really have to gain as a man in Western society and what relationships? He spent most of his life living in abundance. He used to show off his home, and he would show off the home that he had, and eventually, once he got diagnosed, he had to sell the house and he had to move on. But prior to that, he was living well. His father was living with him. His father used to mow the lawn, and he used to show us, like, all the abundance in his house. He used to have tons of supplies. He'd have all this food, all these everything. Like, he had so much abundance, and he was living a relatively happy life. He had his job. He did well at it. He had money in the bank, and he did not have the stress of a relationship. He did not have the stress of a woman. And here's the thing about life. Just because you have a woman doesn't mean there's going to be someone there to take care of you in your final moments. All of us as men, a lot of us as men will sit there thinking, oh my gosh, if I have a woman when I'm old and gray, and there's going to be someone there to be with me in the last moments of my life. Yeah, that's Hallmark, bro. That is a complete and utter lie. In sickness and health, these women will dip long before that. They are not grandma. They're not great grandma, because even grandma isn't grandma today. The boomers are grandparents now. And these people are some of the most unloyal people in the world. Many of these people are divorced. Many of these people are divorced. Like, half of the boomers, or more than half of the boomers, are divorced. Like, I don't know what anyone is thinking right now. Like, we literally have to go back to great grandma, great grandma, to find women who were actually committed to their husbands and would be with their husbands until the end of their lives. I mean, like, you see these videos right now where you have women in their 40s and 50s, that were married, returning to the streets, and they're wearing like Tia, was it Tia Mowry? She's like, it's just absolutely disgusting. Like, some of the outfits that she's wearing, and it's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And I've worn, and she has kids, and I'm like, and she has her son, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is how you're dressing. You're putting this type of picture up on social media, and your boy is standing there, and like, it's like, when he goes to school, what are kids gonna say? They're just gonna hop on social media and say, hey, this is your mom right here. This is your mom right here. Like, look at this. Look how your mom is dressed. Like, can you imagine? Like, these kids are saying things like, I just rubbed one out to your mom. I just rubbed one out to your mom, and it wasn't even that great, but I just rubbed one out to your mom. Like, bro, modern women do not like us. They don't like us. They just want our toys. This is the reason why, as men, we have to be very, very much on our toes. And the men who just basically walked away from society entirely years ago, I'm just saying, more and more, they were right. Guys like Vention, he was right. He was completely Vention. Me and Vention didn't always get along entirely. I mean, we were okay, but I say to myself, for the most part, Vention was right. You know, I mean, like really, what he his it doesn't change. It's unfortunate that he got diagnosed with what he got diagnosed with, but you know what? Imagine if he was married. Imagine if he had a wife. Imagine what he would have been going through at that point, after she had divorced him and she was basically fighting over his assets as he was there expiring. It would have been even worse. Heck, he may have gone even sooner. His final days, he basically lived them out as best as he could on his own terms. And he was pretty, aside from the issue, he was pretty healthy. He had lost a bunch of weight. He was dieting. He was exercising. He saw different things. It's unfortunate that a lot of this happened during the events of 2020. And, he had to see spent out. Honestly, I'll say that a lot of lives, a lot of people who are here that, a lot of people that could have received preventative care during that period of time did not. And as a result of that, we're seeing increased rates of mortality now years later. But I mean, guys, this is at the end of the day, just walking away it's the best bet for most men. Walk away from Western society. If you don't leave, even if you don't leave America, you do as much, our Western societies, you walk away from the society on your own terms. Relationships, dating, giving your everything into something that's never going to return anything to you. Forget about it. You make enough to survive, enough to thrive, but you're not feeding the beast anymore. You're done with that. Guys, if you're enjoying the content, help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers and our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Women are going insane on social media because men are not dating them. What do you guys think regarding this? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments, so let's talk about them there. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and chill.